Psalms 30 is the 30th Psalm of the book of Proverbs, Greek numbering Psalms 29. It is a psalm of thanksgiving, traditionally ascribed to David upon the occasion of the dedication of his house. Psalms 1. Let's see here from the King James. Then we'll go and we'll read it from the Septuagint. I will exalt thee, O Lord, for thou hast lifted me up, and hast not made my foes to rejoice over me. O Lord, my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. O Lord, thou hast brought my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing unto the Lord, O ye saints, of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. For his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Let's see here. And in my prosperity, I said, I shall never be moved. Lord, by thy favor thou hast made my mountains to stand strong. Thou didst hide thy face, and I was troubled. I cried to thee, O Lord, and unto the Lord I made supplication. What profit is there in my blood? When I go down to the pit, shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Hear, O Lord, and have mercy upon me. Lord, be thou my helper. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness, to the end that my glory may sing praise to thee and not be silent, O Lord. My God, I will give thanks unto thee forever. And let's see here. I'm going to have it read it because I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these words here. There you go.
This psalm is a part of daily prayer. It is recited before the Pesuki Dezimra, a section of the Shachrit prayer. 3. It was introduced as part of the daily prayer during the 17th century. The purpose of this was to dedicate the morning temple service. 4. Psalm chapter 30 is also considered the psalm for the day of Hanukkah. 5. Verse 12 is found in the recited following Motzei Shabbat Mariv. 6. Verse 13 is part of Uva Letzion. 7.
So let's see here. All right, 31. Psalms 31 is the 31st Psalm of the book of Psalm in the Greek Septuagint version of the Bible, and in its Latin translation in the Vulgate, this psalm is the Psalm 30. Why is the Vulgate missing one then? The verse already, chapter, I'm sorry. In a slightly different numbering system. And I'll have it read it because I'm not going into all that.
Charles and Emily Briggs summarizes the contents of Psalm chapter 31 in the International Critical Commentary series. Ps 31 is a prayer. 1. Importunate plea for deliverance of the people from national enemies. v.2 to 5.2. Confidence in the deliverance already accomplished. v.6 to 9. 3. Petition based on complaint of abandonment. v.10 to 13.4. Confidence with prayer for salvation. v.14 to 17.5. Praise of Yahweh for the salvation. v.20 to 21, 22 to 24. There are liturgical glosses. v.22, 24b-25, and a gloss of imprecation. v.18 to 19. 1. On the basis of the wording of the psalm, they claim that the author certainly knew Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and many psalms of the Persian period. We cannot put the composition earlier than the troubles of Israel satisfied the reforms of Nehemiah. 2. The Persian period begins in 539 BC, and Nehemiah's reforms are dated to about 445 BC. 3.
So, let's see. They don't put the text actually in here. So we'll pause it and actually go to the Bible Hub. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Now, isn't this what they try to claim Jesus said as he gave up the ghost on the cross? Well, we'll see if Jesus is the one speaking here, right? Unto the end, a psalm for David. In ecstasy. Ecstasy. Hold on, let me make sure that's... Sorry about this, guys. I want to make sure that's right.
In ecstasy.
Yeah, okay. In thee, O Lord, have I hoped. Let me never be confounded. Deliver me in thy justice. Bow down thy ear to hear me. Make haste to deliver me. Be thou unto me a God, a protector, and a house of refuge to save me. Now, just pause right there. Verse 2. Was it Proverbs 18, verse 10? It's been bothering me lately, all right? Because it says in that verse that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into him and they are saved. He's saying here to be a protector, and a house of refuge. Now, I was just trying to figure this out. Is that literal? Is there a cave, a mountain? Some translations said there was a tower, but I don't think there would have been that. But I was just wondering, is there a literal spot where there's a mountain where he is the protector? Because the only thing I could think of was it the Battle of Armageddon, right? In the passageway where all the armies try to funnel their way into at the end and they can't get through, where the Israelites were able to hold them off and defend themselves there. But that is just, when they start talking about his name being a house, I just wonder if there's a place somewhere on a map, somewhere on an old map where we can confirm that, or is this just poetic speech? For thou art my strength and my refuge, and for thy name's sake thou wilt lead me and nourish me. So far, this isn't talking about Jesus. Thou wilt bring me out of the snare which they have hidden for me. For thou art my protector. Into thy hands I commend my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord, the God of truth. See, that right there, verse 5, to me, that should be added into an affidavit. Verses like that make me think about the form, was it 206, the evidence of life? When you have a trust, right? How is it? And you have a bank account in a foreign country. If I remember correctly, certain banks can ask that you send evidence back that you're still alive so they don't close upon the account or something to that effect. I looked it up a while back just to try to figure out what this form of life, it was Tammy Peppermint that brought it up, but I didn't really completely comprehend how she was trying to use it. And I was looking it up, and it was basically about someone else can require, and I remember something. I remember, is it Deuteronomy? I believe it's in Deuteronomy chapter 14, or it's in chapter 20. No, it's in chapter 18. One of them, 14 or 18. But there's a part in there where they're about to give the commands on what to do when you enter into the land, right? And he tells you that while you're in the land, you're alive through him. And it made sense because a long time ago, Lex always showed us that a lot of this stuff is a riddle, right? And we just got to think. And that's when it dawned on me. That was a riddle. And the answer was in Deuteronomy, in my opinion, was Deuteronomy 28, that us being alive, proving that we are alive, can only be done through the Creator. Because they in God they trust, right? And until they can prove God is not alive, they have to honor it. So when I see verses like that we are to commit our spirit to him, and that he is the only Redeemer, to me there's the answer to proving that we're alive and that we don't belong in these all cap names and things like that. But that's just how I look at that, Thou hast hated them that regarded vanities to know purpose, but I have hoped in the Lord. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast regarded my humility. Thou hast saved my soul out of distress, and thou hast not shut me up in the hands of the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a spacious place. There's that whole verse, right, where there's thou hast set my feet upon the rock, and now I stand. Right? Where they sing about, have mercy on me, O Lord, for I am afflicted. My eye is troubled with wrath, my soul and my belly. For my life is wasted with, and my years in sight. My strength is weakened, though through poverty, and my bones are destroyed. Now you see, they're going to try to twist this stuff, make this seem as it's Jesus, but as we've seen, nothing is here said it is Jesus. This is plainly David speaking to the Creator. I am become a reproach among all my enemies. Did Jesus' enemies flee from him, or did the stories go that, hey, they tried chasing him down, right? And am very much to my neighbors, and I fear to my and a fear to my acquaintances. They that saw me without fled from me. I am forgotten as one dead from the heart. I am become as a vessel that is destroyed, a ship, right? It's wrecked, a shipwreck. For I have heard the blame of them that dwell round about, while they assemble together against me, they consult to take away my life. But I have put my trust in thee, O Lord. I have said, thou art my God. My lots, like hair, right? Lots are in thy hands. Deliver me out of the hands of my enemies, and from them that persecute me. Make thy voice to shine upon thy servant. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Save me in thy mercy. Let me be, let let me not be confounded, O Lord, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed and be brought down to the lake of fire. Right?